I will talk about Makeover Monday, how it helps our team to grow up, and I will show you some insights that we get after working with this initiative. So, a couple words about me. I work in ASBIS. I'm head of data and analytics right now. I used to work in bank and business intelligence. Also, I was a lecturer in Belarusian State University. And fun fact, I know Tableau since 2015. So it's also 8 years almost right now. Just to understand how many data we have, I want to say you a couple words about ASBIS. ASBIS, it's a group of company. We have different direction, so IT distribution, some solutions, robotic solutions. It's one of the newest our directions. Of course, consumer distribution and premium retail business units. We have entity almost in more than 40 countries right now. So it's a lot of data analysts, of course, a lot of they located in different countries. Of course, we have analysts here in Cyprus, in our headquarters. Yeah, and here in Cyprus, we have a quite interesting and big high-tech cluster where located a lot of our startups. So what kind of situation we have? So first of all, it's a long way to make a MVP. Before ASBIS headquarters, I used to work in Visuators. It's a provider of Tableau solutions for companies, and we made a lot of MVPs. So usually it takes, days and maybe sometimes weeks, because we have new data, we have new situation, and you need to start to build something from scratch. So usually it takes a lot. So the next problem, it's, different types of experience for all our analytics. Some of them work with Python, some with different tools, and this is the next problem. So we have different tools, we have different BI solution in our 40 plus entities. So yeah, and the last but not least, boring. If you work with data a lot, sometimes you bored a lot, because we all read, this Tafti, Alberto Cairo, super visualization, some exciting visualization. Tableau provide some interesting, whiz of the day, iron whiz, and you came to work, see the project. You need white background. You need to use only corporate colors. So sometimes it's quite boring. Yeah. And how to make it? We use Makeover Monday. Who knows this initiative? Please raise your hand. Nice. Yeah. So what is it? It's very easy. It's an initiative by Andy Kribel and Eva Murray. They provide every week new data set, a small visualization, and your task just improve it. Take this data, improve visualization. This is the baseline that we need to do. The next thing for junior, for those who don't work a lot with visualization, who don't see this visualization so much, they can see the YouTube stream with Andy, where he show how to build this visualization during 1 hour. So, for example, we have this data set, and originally this is the visualization, and we need to prove it. So, for example, if I familiar with some BI tool, etc., I could do something like this. And yeah, I already done it. If I am a junior specialist, I take this data set, see the YouTube stream with Andy, just repeat it, and make awesome visualization like this during 1 hour plus, and just for repeating. So what we've done, our rules. So 1 working hour during Monday or Tuesday. You should choose 1 working hour. Regular weekly review. We have our regular review on Wednesday morning, and everyone knows that they have 2 days to build it. Of course, usually it's not working hour. Sometimes it's evening before the review, of course. Yeah, but meanwhile, no requirements. You could choose any color, any visualization, so it saves space for experiments. No, but you need to try at least one new thing. So you need to, add some color, add some, I don't know, some images, make awesome tooltips, but something new, everyone. And no criticism. And this is last but not least. And I think this is the essential part of building these experiments and this space, safe space. So, of course, I will show you a couple examples. But before this, I will show you one photo. Who knows what is it? Please raise a hand. Yeah, this quite interesting fact that in the first half of 20th century was some scientific theories, that men couldn't run 1 mile less than 4 minutes. And if the scientist was they convinced the society that it's true. But this guy beat these 4 minutes, and right after 2034, next year, almost 10 or 20 people beat this 4 minutes barrier. Just knowing that it's possible, it helps a lot for others. So for us, it also helps a lot to build MVP. So, for example, it's the real dashboards a couple weeks ago. So this is visualization and data sets. And Andy show how he load the data, make some exploring, understanding what the data is, make some, visualization, add some, make some experience with it, make something like this, and this is the result, just in 1.5 hours. And when our data analyst see these, streams regularly every week, they understand that it's possible. Of course, Andy is a Zen master. He has very big experience in Tableau, but meanwhile, 1 hour. So for us, it's also, increase our speed dramatically. So, for example, this was built just in 1 hour. Some of these visualizations, something like this, yeah, this or this. But when we work and try to repeat all visualization, sometimes we have, on our weekly review, something like this. You can find that it's quite similar. Yeah, sometimes. But how we beat, this boring stuff? Of course, it helps us to learn a lot, but the boring stuff, it's quite, it gives us some fun to work with it. Because, for example, let's start from the color. First of all, it's dark theme. Of course, always will look and work and love dark themes. For example, like this one, or something like gold in a dark. For example, it's oil. It's gold, and like this. So dark theme is also always interesting. But you also work, with maps. For example, it's not original map from Tableau, but you also could work with some Mapbox, etc., etc. So, for example, like blue one, or you could do it's like like some kind of media. It's like Financial Times with this background. I think it looks better on TV. Yeah, or some military style, or maybe student style, something like this. Also, we work with images, of course, and images always give us attraction. So it could be, you know, related to the data. Sometimes it's about impression, about attention. Yeah, you could use your visualization for background, not the main, you know, point of visualization, or some cute, you know, hearts, or even, you know, cakes. Also, some stunning photos, or even, you know, also could use this character from some games, etc. Also, for those who quite familiar with the tools, we could use some complex visualizations that we couldn't use in our regular project. For example, of course, some K-chart, some kind of sunburst charts. It's quite, we need a little bit tricky to build it from scratch in Tableau. Some like this visualization, or this ranking, you know, when you start to work it, you need, you know, this triangle for formulas add to build something like this smooth lines. Oh, density, and, you know, three-dimensional scatter plot. Yeah, not just two-dimensional, but three-dimensional scatter plot. Of course, pixel map for some kind of United States, also some pixels, and of course sometimes animation. Animation always a good one. It gives us attraction. It looks stunning, interesting, and yeah, it helps us, you know, to try different types. So what we've learned, first of all, yeah, Makeover Monday gives us MVP just in hours, so we dramatically increase our speed. Next one, learning curve. So we learn fast. A lot of people, you know, couple of weeks it takes, you know, to understand how it works, how to be, but you know, in 10 weeks, during 2-3 months, it's gives us different level for those who work with visualization. Next type, it's ecological competition, because it's no criticism and we have space, safe space for experiment. You could do anything you want. You can try whatever you want, what you just see on last Iron Viz, what you explore when you explore, for example, Viz of the days, etc., etc. And for those who want to maybe made it in your company, I just remind you some, for my personal opinion, it's interesting rules. So it's good to build something like this initiative in your company. So basically it's just one working hour, regular weekly review, absolutely freedom. You can choose any one you want, continuous improving, try to do something new for this one, and no criticism. And also for this special event, yeah, I ask you to join our Cyprus Tableau user group in LinkedIn, and I think from the next week we will start our meeting for Makeover Monday for Cyprus, for those who will work on this initiative between the companies. So announcements will be in our LinkedIn groups. So the first meeting, I think it will be on Wednesday or Thursday. So and I also want to say thank you for these guys, these references. It's all presentation, all visualizations that I've used in my presentation. It's from public, Tableau public, from my colleagues, previous or current. So also please follow our group, and yeah, I'm ready for your questions.
Thanks, Sasha, for presentation. I have I'm not pretending for prizes.
Okay.
Just exclude me. But I have. It's very good practice, especially for junior specialists, in terms of training, in terms of new skills and so on. But do you have a resistance from senior specialists or something like this that don't want to join and so on?
It's about competition, and sometimes, it's about this boring on current projects. Because if you work, I don't know, 1 year, and on one project you have already all about the data, already this the code of these 2 colors or 4 colors. You've already done these 3 types of visualization, and you just read this new you just saw this awesome presentation, as I mentioned, from Visual Data Society, or some this amazing information is beautiful awards or something like this. You want to try it, and the company gives you option, try it. You have 1 hour, sometimes more, sometimes less. And it's about also competition. You also need to prove it, like in Mowgli. So you need to prove it that you are the best, you are senior. So sometimes it was very happy.
Initially, I would like to thank you for this very good presentation. My question is, you talked about pictures and making the visually exciting, but how hard do you find it is to keep this balance between just making the visuals pretty and making them actually informative, where you can pull some kind of meaning from them?
Yeah, thank you. This is a quite good question. This is for experiments. I show you, I don't know, couple dozens of visualization. But for example, we have 10 data analysts. We work, I don't know, for 20 weeks. We have 200 visualization. So some of them, you need to use it like an exercise. You need to do your homework, but you need to do this homework a little bit better, because you will compare. Of course, we not compare. We don't think this is the bad one, this is the awesome. But you saw this, other presentation. You see these different styles, and already in couple weeks, usually you understand. Even just see the visualization, you say, okay, it's better, it's etc. So yeah. It's for experiments. The balance in our corporate dashboards. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much.
Sorry. Thank you once again for the presentation. I'd like to ask regarding, have you faced a lot of times that some of the participants are facing plateau? For example, they are doing these exercises over the time, and at some point they are just understanding that it's not motivating exercise anymore, and rather demotivating when they don't really find some new stuff what they can implement. And is it a lot over the times, and how you deal with such situations? I believe they are possible.
Absolutely. A lot of first, doubts from junior or middle. I can do it in 1 hour. As I mentioned before, YouTube stream, you just see, repeat, it's enough. For this one, it's enough. Of course, you will change a little bit. Andy makes, I don't use some colors, you make it a little bit different way. And it's enough for if you don't have time. Of course, we have somebody who skip this week, next week, but if you skip 2 weeks in a row, I have a question for this guy. So